Hey cruisers, I took a last minute trip to Rome to board the Disney Fantasy, and it is boarding day for this 7-day cruise to Greece. And guess what? I am sailing solo. Yep, just me, myself, and all the Disney magic. So if you ever wondered what it's like to cruise Disney as an adult with no kids in tow, come along.
Let's take this show on the road.
Hi, my name is Carlene. I work a 9 to 5, but travel the world as if I don't. This is my channel, See It With C, where I share how I balance a thriving career while maintaining a travel lifestyle. I did something that only a solo traveler could do, and that was I left for my international flight the day before, and it landed the day of my cruise. Thankfully, there were no delays, but I took American Airlines from DC to New York and then onward to Rome for an 8.5-hour ride. It was smooth sailing, and we landed to Rome Fiumicino on time. After landing at the Fiumicino airport, I headed straight to the Disney Cruise Line shuttle. It was only $69, which I pre-booked through Disney, and it was a stress-free way to get to the port in Chattanooga. The ride is about 60 minutes, and they take care of your luggage too. So, solo travelers, this is honestly one of the easiest options. You don't have to think about a thing. After an hour, we got a glimpse of the ship, and it was finally time to board Disney Fantasy. Alrighty, so here inside of the cruise terminal, welcome all the guests. You have your different levels of, you have concierge check-in will be that first one there. Then you have all your Castaway Club levels here. The concierge student area will be behind you from the elevator steps. And this is a lovely waiting area here. Check-in at the terminal was smooth and efficient. There is even a place that you can buy your bottles of wine should you need them. You get early boarding whenever you purchase the airport transfers. And even when traveling alone, the crew made everything feel super welcoming. I even got to spot Disney heading up the gangway, so look out for her. And then it was the moment that I was waiting for, which was to hear my name called. As a solo traveler, here's a tip. When it's time to call your name, just give them your first name. You don't have to say your last name, family. That's just weird. So give them your first name. So you'll hear them introduce me as me, Carlene.
It's just you?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Carlene.
Carlene? Disney Fantasy, please welcome aboard Carlene.
Thank you.
Disney Fantasy, please welcome aboard the Willis family.
Okay, we're here at Animator's Palette for lunch, skipping that buffet crowd. I still may sneak up to Cabanas to get some crab legs, but here's the menu at Animator's Palette. I know some people feel weird about eating alone on vacation, but honestly, I love it. You get to savor every bite, enjoy the atmosphere, and people watch like a pro. Mixed salad, the raspberry vinaigrette. This is the gumbo. The gumbo is very red, but let's see what it tastes like. The gumbo tasted like a tomato soup with pieces of chicken and shrimp in it. This wasn't my traditional gumbo. I would not order that. And the waiter didn't recommend it, so I don't know why I ordered it, but. My steak is huge. It's covering basically the whole plate here. Sheesh. I am trying to stay awake, but I feel like this is gonna put me down. It's a cookie and cream cheesecake. All right, I am here in my cabin, and we have, because this is my second Disney cruise, that makes me a silver member of the Castaway Club, which is their loyalty program. I get a couple gifts, and you get to see me unwrap them. All right, first we have this lovely lanyard. Is it two? Oh, it's just one. It feels like it was 2 strings. Okay. This is the lanyard. Little notch for you to slide it out if you need to. And you can hook it like this. Not sure why the two. Oh, this snaps behind your neck. Really quality. And then we have this big bad boy, which I was getting a lot of use out of. This is the Castaway Club tote bag. And of course, it would not be boarding day without a quick tour of the cabin. I was placed in the deluxe family veranda cabin. So here is a quick glimpse of what this space looks like. And of course, Disney does a really good job of just making this space feel warm and accommodating with compliments such as, you know, nice comfy blankets and deep plush colors. So this space was the perfect venue or area for me to be in to spend 7 days as a solo cruiser. I could either stay outside on my veranda and read, or I can leave the comforts of my cabin and go upstairs. But either way, I knew I was going to have a relaxing experience. Feel free to search my channel for the full balcony cabin tour for this deluxe veranda stateroom. After getting situated in my cabin, it was time to head up to the Lido deck. Well, I did muster drill, and then it was time to head up to the Lido deck for the iconic Disney sail away party. This bash featuring your favorite Disney characters really gets you in the mood for the holiday, or your vacation, as us Americans like to call it.
Oh my!
With the initial blast of that iconic horn, we were off for our 7-day Greek Isle vacation. After the sail away party, I explored the ship a little bit more just to get familiar with all of the areas. I was really impressed by how easy it was to navigate the Disney Fantasy. If you want to be close to the adults only areas of the ship, I suggest you pick a cabin towards the aft. After freshening up, it was time to check out the evening activities. I circled a few things that I liked in the Navigator's app, and still continue to explore the ship. I didn't know if I wanted a quiet evening on my balcony or in a drink in an adult lounge such as La Piazza. I ended up checking out La Piazza, and then it was onward to dinner, and I had the early seating. La Piazza Bar had live entertainment every evening. However, it was time to get to the main show for the evening, which is dinner, which Disney does such a great job at food. And tonight's meal was in Enchanted Garden, which is such a beautiful venue. As a solo cruiser, they put me at a shared table with other solo cruisers, and I decided to stay put in place. Some people would change their seats, but I enjoyed the group that I was placed with. It was good to have some good conversation at the end of long days out at ports. But here's what I had. The fish was pretty tasty. I would say that was the star of the menu. But then it was and these scallops weren't bad either. Then it was time to get a pleasant surprise, which was Mickey made an appearance, which some people say this was a change of pace from previous Enchanted Garden dining experiences. This first day on Disney Fantasy was absolutely magical. The ship was beautiful, the cruise was amazing, and I felt completely at ease. Whether you're traveling with a group or flying solo like me, Disney knows how to make you feel right at home. Stay tuned for the rest of this series, where I'll be highlighting what are some adults activities on Disney Fantasies and exactly what to do on these Mediterranean sailings in port. This is Sid with C. Thanks for traveling with me. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.